Hey everybody, Brady Crocker. So today I'm doing my lobster tail and scallops. These are going on the grill. And I've already made the stuffing, but as you can see, this is a big old lobster. Look at this thing. That's the tail. It's 20 something ounces. All right. One of the first things that you want to do to cook this right is we're going to cut the back, because we're going to actually use the shell to stuff. So you cut down all the way to the fins. Okay, then you just kind of pull it apart best you can. This can be a little messy, so you gotta get your hands in there. And then what you do is we're gonna cut some more, but I'm gonna try to pull this meat out so it's a little easier to clean up the shell. I'm gonna use a spoon. That might help. It also might not. And I'm going to go right up against the hard part of the shell here and just try to lift. And to do this, you gotta, there's parts holding it on the side. All right, let's start snipping these little pincers off. They're little feet, if you will, little lobster feet. That'll make it easier to see what the hell I'm doing. And this stuff like this is why I'm so glad I have a good pair of kitchen shears, because they're wonderful for chicken, for stuff like this. See, now I can see a lot better. I don't have all this stuff in my way. All right. Now I can get in there and really start pulling back for the meat.
I've been there for 4 years now, and had tremendous success, and I wasn't expecting this to happen, so yes, I have been as bad as possible, but I'm very, very interested in taking it.
And I'm doing this from the bottom because once I get the meat out, it'll be easier to stuff and it's easier to cook on the grill. And this is going to be, I don't know, medium heat probably. Not directly over the flame. You can hear the shell cracking. So there's that. All right, now what you can see here is I got a shell. I'm going to rinse it out. Okay, now there's all these little flippers on here. They don't taste good and they're rubbery. So I'm going to cut them off. You can't miss them. They're dark in color. And they really are rubbery and there's no flavor to them. I'm pretty sure everybody who likes lobster has had rubbery lobster. And part of the reason is you run across pieces like this. And these are the parts that basically that's like the lobster's feet. It's what helps it move. And it goes up in those little things we were cutting off, the little legs.
Yeah, and ownership matters a lot. Let's start with kind of the parent level. You mentioned, right, that he already has 25% of BET plus. Note that he also has 8%
All right. Almost done. Okay. What you got now is you just kind of check around and you'll see some little pieces. But once I'm going to cut this, and this is going to be relatively large chunks because it's going into stuffing, and you want to taste the lobster. There's nothing better than, you know, a nice big chunk of lobster. Okay, and then you can kind of open it up after you cut it in half, and you see there's the vein. You know, like when you devein shrimp, this is the exact same thing. All right. And I'm going to cut it, like I said, these are going to be fairly big pieces because I want them to stand out. Then you're going to find, you know, like this piece right here. It's all kind of sinewy and it's really not meat. So you can cut that off. Helps keep everything tender. All right, let's do the other side. Now I got these a day or so ago and just thawed them in the fridge, which, you know, you don't want to put them in like warm water or anything to thaw them. You can cause bacteria and other things to kind of get caught up. So it's a lot of lobster. Now next, and this one will go a lot quicker, I've got some scallops. And I'm just going to either half these or quarter them. And these I kept on ice on the bottom. So you can see these are good size. These are 10 to 15 count. Then this is all going into the stuffing. Then it's all going back in the shell. And then it's going to be grilled. And while I made a stuffing, it's not like a turkey stuffing. This is a seafood style stuffing. I didn't use any chicken stock or beef stock. Simply used water. Well, first mushrooms, baguette that I chopped up and dried, and then celery, mushrooms, and onion, because you gotta have those to get flavor. And then I put Old Bay seasoning in it, cooked it for a little bit. Now these aren't going to be cooked until they go on the grill, and it's going to sit on the grill, like I said, probably about a half hour. But what you're essentially going to end up with, and I'll take pictures and stuff later on, is you're going to end up with a stuffed shell that just looks fabulous. And I might do another video a little bit later, but anyhow, Brady Crocker out.